We're live from Anime Impulse headquarters. Very, very, very evidently Anime Impulse. We're here, and we're ready for a show. And Andy's gone. We don't know where he is. We assume he's back in thought prison. I'll post the link to that later tonight. However, do you guys want to introduce yourself? So.
You can go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I am Haro, and yeah, I love fashion. Yay!
Hi, I'm Kaz. I'm the site owner for A to J Connections, and I do tons of panels at cons and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Yay!
We're here. All right. So, part of the reason I asked you guys here is you've both done a lot of conventions and you've both done a lot of work in the J fashion community here in Southern California, and a little bit like Northern California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of California.
Slowly creeping up there.
Yeah. We're creeping up there.
You're making your way.
Yeah.
Yay.
Is it okay if I ask you both specifically kind of like what got you into this and what helped you get started and kind of what made you get to where you are now and what it is exactly that you do and you like to do, if that makes sense?
Ooh, yeah. Do you want to go first or do I go first?
It might take a while. You should go first.
Okay. Okay, so I actually got into this completely accidentally. I was in Little Tokyo one time at the Fairy Tale Boutique, and they were like, hey, that Visual K store across from us is having an event. So I decided to go check it out, and that's where I met Manuel, who was the previous site owner for A to J Connections. And we just got along and started with me helping with the cameras and eventually filming and helping with interviews and stuff. And now I own the freaking website now, so climbed my way up accidentally. But specifically, I love doing fashion shows. This year one of my goals was to get more into catwalk modeling do more fashion shows. I want to go ahead and try doing that for Anime Expo again. I just love dressing up and like meeting people, and like all the designers are so fun too, you know? But yeah, that's what I do.
Hey, I got into the fashion back when I was in high school a long time ago.
Centuries
so long.
ago.
It's more like a decade ago, more than a decade. I'm old. But yeah, I got into Visual K, like all my friends liked Visual K. My friends, their like style was Visual K, and then dye my hair, cut my hair, and all that stuff. And then I started slowly going into Lolita fashion. And I went to meetups in the LA community. That was like 10 years ago, and I got to meet a lot of people, and I'm friends with those people up to this day. So it's pretty awesome. And from there, just going to conventions and then just modeling, like J fashion in general, meeting a lot of people, meeting brands, meeting other models. You just like grew into like this big community and all these opportunities that got me to where I am right now, and still working hard on that.
Yay!
Yay! I'm
So
old.
you mentioned she keeps mentioning that she's old, but no one's mentioned that I'm the baby of the group. I've never met someone in this that's younger than me.
You're baby.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
You're baby.
I'm baby.
Oh, Baba. It's
Do you mind
okay.
saying how old you are? Or is
Oh,
that
I
part
just
of the-
turned 21.
Oh, wow.
You're legal. Shots.
Shots for
Shots
Kaz.
for Kaz.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So I think that's like a good thing to kind of jump off of is like, well, two things that you both mentioned is both was like age, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In the past 10 years, the J fashion community in I don't know that much because I grew up in Maine, so it was a lot harder to get any kind of resources or any kind of media before the internet became like super mainstream. But I know that when I moved here, I found like there was a lot more resources. But over the past 5 years that I've been here, it's grown a lot, exponentially, like the chances to get things, the chances to consume media, the chances to meet people. So like what really got you to make the leap from like being a casual at-home fan on your computer, looking at like websites to like out in the world, practicing what you like, your hobbies?
Magazine scams.
Because you both started at different times, so like
Yeah.
you both
Yeah.
had the chance at different times, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. What was like the jumping point?
Oh
And
my
how old were you?
Back in my day, when I was 16 or 17, like there used to be magazines like Cure magazine,
Yeah.
rest in peace, and then Gothic Lolita Bible, which is still hanging in there, and Kara magazine, which is it's only online now. All those stuff, you will buy them like in downtown LA, like very like Kinokuniya and Kyo
Yeah.
Shop, like only two places. So I live in the valley, like forever away from LA. So I had to like take the train like 3 hours
would
just
do
to
that.
get the
Yeah.
magazines that
I
I
would do that.
wanted.
Yeah.
And in LA is where a big community of J fashion, especially Lolita, is. Well, back in the day there was. So people will do meetups and all the fun stuff. So there will be like tea parties. There will be brand fashion show. Like I used to go to these events. I took part in organizing those events too,
Oh.
and like getting brands, like talking to brands. Like I all those times that I will go to events like tea parties, I will just get to know more people that are like part of the
Network.
brands. I go to
Yeah.
like somehow network. I just talk to people, and and eventually I got to know like brand representatives and stuff. So when there was events, I'll be like, hey, my friend or so and so is doing this. Do you wanna like message them, like email them? They're like, okay, sure. And then they show up. I'm like, yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff. And yeah, and back in the day, it was like really hard. Most Japanese brands didn't ship outside of Japan, so you had to do shopping service. And at some points, the Japanese exchange rate was terrible, so you were paying a lot. And then secondhand market was bigger because there was a lot of people just like shopping and stuff in Japan and selling it overseas. Or those like people that could actually afford it will buy lots of things, and then that's how people that couldn't afford the shopping services and shipping rates will like buy secondhand for like a little bit cheaper. So it's just like it's really interesting to see how J fashion and all these items from Japan in general were very very hard to get to. And now it's like, I can just go to their online shop and they ship it to my house in EMS and we'll be here in less than a week.
Yeah.
So it's really big change, and I think that the new people that come into the fashion have it like so much easier because they don't have to go the extra steps or deal with all this hassle that people back in the day used to deal with, which is amazing. And yeah, I'm just like, oh man, I wish that was the case back when I
then.
was into it. Like, but yeah, it was hard, and things evolved, styles evolved, new brands appear and disappear, and yeah, it's really, really interesting, the history to see
Yay.
unfold.
I think in my case, I kind of started out kind of differently because when I was like, I think I just turned 12 and I started listening to Marilyn Manson like really, really heavily. And so I started looking more into him and like kind of grew this obsession with the way that he looked. So that was kind of my goal when I was younger. And then, as cheesy as it sounds, I would literally walk by Hot Topic. We all know Hot Topic. Hear me out. We all know Hot Topic looked a little bit different back then. Like it actually had like the scary opening doors and stuff. And I used to walk by there, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to look how they look. Like I want to look like those people that are working. And now I do. So it started with that, and then I think I'm trying to think of the very, very, very first visual K band I got into. I think it was Diara. And I actually ended up meeting them through Xenon, which was the visual K store in downtown LA. They had set up the Skype online meet and greets. So I got to meet them through that, and then I got to meet bands like Roy's and Meji Bray, and each time I would meet someone else, I'd like fall more and more in love with that style. So right now that's kind of like what I center my entire fashion aesthetic around, all of that more modern visual K. But and then about what Leslie was saying about the Cure magazines, they used to have photo shoots, remember? And I eventually got to be a part of that, and I started liking how modeling kind of felt. So then I started meeting people like Leslie and other people like similar to her that had already had those connections with the higher ups, and that's how I kind of climbed my way up. And I started doing fashion shows, and people would give me opportunities because they liked my style and all this stuff. So I just got into it that way. And something that I haven't really mentioned is that I do also work as a makeup artist. So for cons, my main thing that I want to go for is like J fashion makeup, and there's not a lot of makeup artists that do that here in Los Angeles. So I thought that would be a cool idea to get myself involved. So I started also climbing up the ladder with that, just asking for like free opportunities to do backstage work at conventions. Like my first one was PMX, like in 2015, and then it just snowballed from there. And the last thing I did was like work at Anime Expo with Chisa from Acme.
Oh.
So that I grew very, very high in such a little amount of time. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah.
Yes.
So part of the reason I have you guys on here is I don't know as much about the whole J fashion community. Like, you know how like when a tooth grows in completely wrong, you just have to extract it and just start over. That's me with like learning about anything J fashion.
Oh my god.
When I was 16, there was a school that taught Japanese lessons in my town, but like two girls drove like 15 miles just to take the class, take the class in general. Wow. And they were both really into J fashion, really into visual kei. So one time I like went over their house and they put on Kamikaze Girls, which is still like the extent of everything I know about J fashion. Is every reference in there is like the extent of what I know. But they had all those magazines too, and we would look through them all day. So I guess what I want to ask, because you both mentioned visual kei as your start, and I know that was my friend's start too. I was way too embarrassed to actually ask then, what's visual kei?
Oh man. Okay, look.
I just pretended like,
Hear me out.
This is so cool. I love help.
My website has a whole 2-hour panel of just what is visual kei, so this can get really, really deep really fast. But an overview it's Japanese glam rock. That's basically what it is and what it started out as, especially in like the 80s, 90s eras. The bands looked really, really different compared to what they look like now. Because older bands, you had like X Japan and Deer and Grey, and I think even the Gazette counts like as one of the older ones, one of the OG bands. And if you compare that to like now literally anyone can be a J-rocker. Like, you just have to get signed to a company, and they'll do your hair and makeup, and bam, you get all the girls screaming your name.
Yeah.
Like,
it's more manufactured.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like...
But what's your take on it? I
mean... glam rock, of course, like, very over-the-top, big hair, and really, like...
Extravagant
costumes. And it was just, like, the big thing back in the day, and from there like many actually, because of J-rock, many sub-styles are able to take off. Like my favorite sub-style, which is Lolita fashion, actually Mana, who's like a big icon, I guess, from Visual Kei. He started his brand for Gothic Lolita, so he's like an icon for Lolita fashion. He's like one of the people that like help launch this style. Yeah. And he still has his brand, and yeah, it's really, really amazing.
That's how I started too, because like I mentioned Manson earlier, I would like look for like, okay, look, I was like 13 at the time. I would look for like Gothic inspo or like Google like goth, and I would find pictures of like Mana, but at the time I didn't know who he was. So I was like, wow, this really beautiful goth woman, like I want to look just like her. And then later on I like finally clicked on the images and found out who he was, and like I just thought he was the coolest person ever. Like I was like, I want to look just like him. And for a few, maybe like a year or so, I did go through a phase where it was like not Gothic Lolita, but it was more Victorian, and that's because all I was listening to was just like his music, like Maudie and like Malice Miser. And I used to have like the big hair, like the big beehive hair, and like the long dresses. Spiderweb hair. Yeah. So I think Mana is like a huge icon for anyone that wants to get involved with.
Yeah, it's like a good combination of visual kei and goth and elegance and Lolita. It's just like
everything mushed into
one.
It's
like everything mushed into one, and his fans just like follow suit. Like, oh, I want to dress like him. So he made a brand, and everybody started buying his stuff and dressing like him. So yeah, it really took off. It's like a big thing, a big icon.
Do you mind if I ask a weird question?
Oh, no, not at all.
Is Garugamesh?
Garugamesh?
Is that visual okay? I was on a date once.
It was back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything like at some point, like all the older bands, if they still alive, they just like lose
their look. Like Bucktick too. Bucktick is another big one.
My God.
They just look like old men like old men in suits singing on stage,
Yep.
living their best life. But yeah, so it kind of does count. It falls into
Yeah.
that category.
I was
yeah.
like on a date once with someone, and he was talking about Visual K a
Yeah.
little bit, and he's like, oh yeah, I like Gilgamesh, and I was like, and he's like, don't do that, how dare you? There's so much more than that awful commercial. How dare you?
That was a turning
That's
point.
gonna be my next Halloween costume.
No.
Yes.
SakuraCon is actually this month, along with Anime Boston, Yaoi, Yaoi Expo, and Anime Pasadena. So that's a cool way to segue into the next topic.
Yeah.
I think because of the nature, because J Fashion hasn't gotten to like as to a point yet. I think in order to like embrace like the J Fashion culture, you have to be really involved in the anime community scene, if that makes sense. So I feel like anime conventions have been like the
Gateway to
gateway.
That was
that's the
definitely
word.
definitely my gateway. Like the first time I was brought to PMX as a model, I was like, it's a whole new world. That was my way. I was like, who are all these cool people? Yeah, and then I got sucked in from there. So definitely, I think I don't know if it works like this. Maybe if you live like in the middle of the U.S. where there's not a lot of conventions, but if you definitely live in like if you definitely live in like the East Coast or the West Coast, a huge part of doing J Fashion is going to cons themselves. You can't really do it without it.
No, even like the basics though, because like I grew up in Maine, and my friends, we drove like an hour and a half to go to a Maine anime convention just to like wear they dressed, they wore Lolita clothes, and then we went to the mall across the street right after, and like people actually took our picture because it was so like off kilter. So yeah, but like especially like in the 2010 time. That's a weird thing to come out of my mouth. Yeah.
It's because it's easier for fashion brands to be brought in by conventions. Like it cuts the cost of doing an event by itself. Like I was at only J Fashion event, like a small convention, and it took a lot of money and a lot of time to put together. And it makes it easier if you just take like a department from a convention that already has everything that you need. So it makes it easier, and most people that like consume like Japanese media, which Japanese fashion is part of, will go on the anime convention. So you have potential market there. So you just go show like your amazing pieces, and maybe these people that like Japanese stuff will buy it. So it makes it easier overall. Just like
I feel like
it makes it easier to just have a demographic there than go outside and just make an event. And like
I feel like also with making your own events, you don't have as much exposure. If you're at an anime convention, and of course people love to go to like panels and like events and stuff, they're gonna randomly wander into the fashion show events, and I feel like they're gonna stick around because it looks so cool, and you got special guests, people.
Like, oh my god!
Yeah,
and it's easy to transition like from your like Hinata cosplay to like I'm gonna buy this headband and I'm gonna go for it next. Yeah, it's less intimidating to like pick up a new hobby or engage in another hobby if you're already like
yeah. So it's like you can just go and see what's up and then go along with your life. I'm like, oh, maybe I like it, maybe I don't, but you were able to go, and you don't have to go any extra step to be able to see what's happening in a fashion show. So it makes it easier.
Since I'm a single parent for the show tonight, I'm going to say hello to everyone who's tuned in since
the single mom.
we started, and then I'm also going to talk about a couple things, and we're going to transition off of what I said. So remember what we were all talking about 30 seconds ago. I'm going to say hi to Chris.
I don't remember.
Yes. Wait.
Thanks.
Hi, Norman. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Luke. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Daryl. Hi, Rin. Hi, Leonard. Hi, Andy. Hi, Andy. You failed us tonight. I hope you're happy with yourself. Just kidding. Boone, Trini, Ivory. Boone says, "Oh my God, is that Haru?"
Yeah.
Me.
Hi, Aaron. Hi, Megan.
Someone said extra pan. Yeah.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Melissa. And hi, Haro.
Hi.
Thank
She's
you.
popular. She's popular. She's a popular girl.
Okay, cool. I also want to
Yummy.
talk about a couple of events, like InSanime Night Festival coming
Woo.
July 4th, 2019, which is this year, because they have a
Woo.
Kickstarter right now. If you love nightclubs, which I know that you all do, every single nerd has like a secret like I want to
Club life.
Yeah,
You wanna
nightclub
get
life.
lit.
You wanna have the opportunity to do any kind of fun you want to do at InSanime happening July 4th. The
Yeah.
Kickstarter is currently up with a bunch of really, really cool pledges. Check them out. Especially like entrance to the event, which is a really, really cool event. It'll be at the Belasco Theater, and if you're gonna be in town in Los Angeles during the July 4th weekend, highly recommend checking it out because it'll be a really fun way to spend your nights.
Yeah.
And
I
I
went
like-
last year. And
You
it
went
was
last year?
Bomb.
Yeah, for Halloween. That was really. Yeah, you were
Amazing.
there.
Dee Dee.
I saw the pictures.
It was me. I was there, and it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
They're still on her Instagram if you want to check it out. Very
Yeah.
good lighting, very good posing. A plus.
Yeah.
Check it out.
And also, I played Mario Kart, and it was
Yeah,
good.
there was video games at it. It was really fun.
I was kicking butt.
Right? So if you want to go to a nightclub to play Mario Kart and dress up, you really don't have that many options. So I would really recommend doing InSanime.
Do it. Just do it.
Do the thing.
Just do it.
Do the thing.
Okay.
Also, I would also really recommend that we transition into talking about anime convention you guys have gone to and done J-Fashion work, or just in general, because you're here. Why not? I might as well ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Oh
Okay.
man, I think we've both done so many at this point.
Ugh.
Well, okay, what was your like best?
Oh my. I don't think I have like
A favorite?
a favorite because each convention has its own good things.
Mhm.
Like there's only one convention that shall not be named that was awful. You know who you are.
Whoa.
Texas.
Text. Oh,
She did it. She said it.
You
She
went
said it.
there.
She went there.
But anyway, besides that, everything has been really good. Like every convention has, because it's a
sued.
different people, it's a different occasion, so there's a different group of people. So all those people that get to meet or that live in that area, I love them, so I enjoy my time with them. Like I enjoy AX, I enjoy Fanime, I enjoy all those little conventions here and there, and it's just like, oh, it's so good. I just enjoy being with people that I love. Yay.
I think my favorite stage though, like talking about like fashion wise, is definitely Anime Expo. I think they have the biggest room, that's why.
They do have a big
Big room. And you get the full catwalk effect instead of modeling in a panel room, which
Yeah.
sometimes is the case, and it could be
Yeah.
kind of claustrophobic.
you need some conventions spend more into their fashion department. Some are just starting, so it's really, you can see like the difference. But either way, it's like, oh, good experience. Like even
Yeah.
if you have like hardships with the runway and stuff like that, like you learn from it.
I definitely,
Yeah.
never mind. I've definitely learned from some conventions.
Yeah, like oh, the lighting wasn't good here, so now you know to watch out for that stuff. all the
Especially
time.
backstage stuff. Backstage can be
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really hectic, and it's
So hectic.
I'm stressed out to the point of like crying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so
It's just
sorry.
bad. Like sometimes it's crazy.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have it like? Do you want to talk about either hard like the worst? Not the worst. You don't have to name names because we're after we already dissed.
I wouldn't. I'm
the
not going to
M-word,
name
but
names.
You can.
No, I don't
but-
want to make.
I mean, not like you
we already
can. Wait, hold
apologize to
on.
each other. It's okay.
I'm wait. I'm saying the wrong words. I'm not saying like yeah, roast all of them. I hate them.
I would fucking
That would
roast
be
everyone. Am I allowed to curse?
You're allowed to curse.
Okay.
You can't stop. It's too late now. Fuck.
Too late.
Okay.
We're there already.
So,
Okay.
you're not like you don't have. I meant you don't have to name names, but if you want
Okay.
to name a specific time where you're super stressed out about a specific event or a specific thing, you can leave out all identifiers. But just talk about like what you need, what's important to make a good fashion show
Yeah.
and bring. So,
So, just before I go there, we've already apologized to each other, and like we're chill now. It's cool. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm like talking bad about them. But Anime Expo 2018 was the worst, and you were right there with me. She was right there next to me the whole 4 days. It was the worst con experience I ever had because it was my first time doing makeup for that specific show. So it was a mess with Anime Expo themselves. Of course, I'm not gonna like name drop
It's funny
anyone.
because I was like, you can say, like, I don't want to say
No.
anything, but it was Anime Expo 2019.
Anime Expo 2018. You guys need to get it together.
Anime Expo 2018 was cursed, not
It was-
because of the convention, but I think everyone
Everyone was having
everyone
a
had
bad
really
time.
bad luck, if that makes
There was
sense.
something happening all the time.
There was something.
It
I
was
feel like someone
weird.
cast like a spell over that whole weekend,
I
and
think-
everything just went wrong. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Actually, yeah, I don't want to relive this right now.
Oh my god.
I don't. I think that I love Anime Expo. I love the staff, and I know that each year the people who work for them try
Yeah.
try
They're
their
trying
hardest
hard.
to make the best convention possible and doing their best, and I really like them. But unrelated to them and their hard work, I feel like some kind of magic spell happened, and everyone had awful luck. Who has been there more than 3 times? Something bad happened to them that year, and that's the experience I can relate to for a lot of people. And I don't know why. I don't know what we all did. Like,
We're all cursed.
I think my peak point was becoming the living meme of like, why am I crying at the club right now? Because I was sitting down crying
my
at the club. It was bad. But I mean, other than that, it was, as much as it was the worst con that I experienced, it was also the best con because we need to remember, like, we had so many cool fashion guests. Yeah, and we got to work and like
let's talk
party
about
with all of them.
who are some of the cool fashion guests.
We had Listen Flavor,
Listen
which Leslie
Flavor!
Listen Flavor.
They're my favorites besides Rima. Of course,
I
Rima,
was gonna
love
call you out. I was like, Rima's supposed to be your favorite.
Rima, I love you. You're my homie. But besides Rima, who is awesome, and you'll sure check it out. But Listen Flavor, the designer and the illustrator, I love them.
Yeah.
They're just so kind. I
Yeah.
don't know. They're so wholesome. Like, yes.
Wholesome.
Every time I see them, they're just like, we are just like, every time we see each other, it's just like, I'm so
They're
happy
just very
to see them.
fun.
They're
very
fun.
fun, and they're very great at what they
They're
do.
fun. They're talented. They're very skilled. I love their brand. They're so kind. They're just really, really amazing people, and I really love working with them. All the times that I had the opportunity to work with them, and I really love them. And every time that I see somebody wearing a Listen Flavor, like I saw someone wearing Listen Flavor like 2 days ago, and I was just like, yes, do the thing. Thank you. Good job.
Finger guns.
Good job. So it just makes me happy, and the same I can say for like Rima with ACDC Rag. He's such an amazing person, and I can't wait to see him soon. And
I always rub that brand in everyone's face.
Yeah,
I'm like, have you heard of ACDC Rag? Because if you
Yeah.
haven't,
because people were asking me about what I was wearing. I went to WonderCon this weekend for work, so I was just wearing ACDC Rag because it's really comfortable on some days, and people were asking, oh, where you get that? I'm like, it's ACDC Rag, you should check it out.
yeah.
Or you can shop it at Fickle Wish too.
Oh yeah. I always mention Fickle Wish.
Yeah.
And then we had Hypercore, and then I always feel bad. The other guy he was so kind. He was so funny at the party at
Kingly Mask.
Kingly Mask. I love that dude. He was so funny and interesting.
Yeah, like everybody that came to 2018 was
It's
amazing
great, yeah.
to work. Like,
Even if
because-
we had some like flaws along the way,
I
I
mean-
think it was
I mean,
bomb diggity. Bomb diggity.
I mean, I got to work with them, so I was really happy to meet them and like just to like randomly talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like, hey, good morning, what's up on my life? Yeah,
Yeah.
things like that. It's like,
It's
oh,
fun.
yeah,
it's fun when you get to experience those kind of things, especially for me
Yes.
because I'm a baby, as I've mentioned for the first time. I didn't really ever see myself working with people on that level of like in the fashion industry, like the designers themselves. And once I got more comfortable with like people with Rima and like the designers from Listen Flavor, I was like, it's not that hard. Like there was nothing to be scared of. They're just really chill people and really great to work with.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love them all.
2 things. Number 1, happy birthday, Brittany. You're my best friend and I love you. I'm sorry I called you a jerk this morning. I did mean it, but I also love you a lot. You're one of my best friends. I wasn't endorsed to say that. Moving on very quickly because she gets embarrassed very easy.
Aw.
I love embarrassing people. That's my number one job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My life.
Let's say you have a favorite designer. Oh, we'll talk more about your favorite designers, but let's say you have a favorite designer. How do you get them to your favorite con? Like,
Oh my god.
how do you
Okay.
get more designers at your favorite con?
Oh my god.
You have to. I have to name drop Brew Bob here from
Yeah,
from Fake Star.
Yeah.
She I feel like we don't have anyone else other than her in like the SoCal community. I might be wrong though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. My friend Miki too.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mickey is more towards like Lolita fashion,
Okay.
and Rhubarb is more like
J-Rocky.
J-Rock, like
Just street
just
style.
street
Yeah.
style. So there's a difference of them styles, but they are very good at getting like really interesting designers.
In terms of bringing like a favorite designer, it would be a job that you would kind of have to give to them, because I wouldn't be able to think of a way to be like, hey, come over here, because they know how to work with those things and like actually get them over here. So finding a designer and then handing him up to them and letting them then do their magic and work their ways.
Yeah. So
Do you have
Fake
any-
Star and Himitsu events.
I think I understand.
Okay.
But like, let's say that I'm from. No, what you said is the correct answer.
Okay.
But I'm throwing a different question.
Mhm.
If I'm from Rhode Island and I'm like, I really like AC/DC Rag, how am I gonna live my life without meeting them before I die? What's the best thing I can do as a fan from Rhode Island to like make my dreams come true?
Just hit up Rema.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you should come to this place, and he will be like, okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, just like contact your if your convention has like a fashion department, contact the fashion department and let them know who you want to see, or contact whoever is like high up on that convention. Like let them know, like let your voice be heard that you want to see so and so, and also contact that brand that. You're interested in seeing them at whatever convention. So just like be very outspoken that you want to see these people.
Yeah.
Because if they know that you want to see them, then they will make the effort of the convention will make the effort of doing something about it, and the designers will make an effort of showing up. So you just need to let them know that there's a fan base there, and that you
That's
are willing
important.
to support them and buy their stuff and all that stuff, like all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a big part of it is this whole anime convention, all-encompassing boom has happened because of the people over the past 5 years. Like, I want this content in my country right now, and I want to support this.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to, like, vocalize that on social media, message people directly, message conventions directly to get what you want, so you don't have to sit in your basement and watch Kamikaze Girls anymore.
But
You can still do that, but
yeah,
also
you can still do
be
that.
proactive.
Yeah. I mean, we had a meetup that it was just watching Kamikaze Girls in a theater. So
Oh.
yeah, you can do whatever. There's social
whatever
media.
you want.
Social media is a
Cute.
big, powerful tool, and just use it. Use it correctly,
You
and
can't be stopped.
you have the power. Just use it. But with responsibly.
Do you guys have any favorite, like, interactions period you had working at, like, any favorite interactions
Oh my
you had,
God,
period,
yes.
at different conventions? And have you ever been out of the state of California?
I have,
you go
but
first.
I don't want to talk about that one.
It's all good.
Actually, I could.
Is it the bad one?
Yeah, it's a bad one. Actually, I could. It was a mess.
We're all on the same side here,
Yeah.
so I,
I mean,
think
we're
it's
on
safe
the-
for us
we're
to
on the same
for us
side.
to-
Actually, yeah. Who likes them? Please stop doing that.
Can I name drop them?
Terrible. Yeah, do ahead.
we're so
We're talking about Anime Matsuri. If you guys still support them, you guys
You probably
you
have
need
some
to
problems.
stop.
Yeah, please stop supporting
Stop.
them.
There's another convention I want to name drop that we're all on the same side, but I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
Why?
that's a different can of worms.
Wait, I don't know what's happening.
I'm not gonna do it. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in
No,
trouble.
it's fine. I just like watch like I get doxxed. no,
it's
not
fine.
by anybody. It was a joke about the internet. Anyway,
Interwebs.
some we love PMX. So I love Anime Impulse. What? Who doesn't love Anime Impulse? We're here. You guys are the. Did you guys what? What? So what? How is the J
interaction
How
mess.
does the J fashion community differ in Texas?
I only went there once, and it was terrible. My friend was pressed, and she didn't know what she
It's
what
unorganized.
she could do.
Mhm.
Yeah, she like talked to that man himself, and she didn't know anything. So it was a mess. The scheduling was weird. You didn't
Yeah.
know what was. My friends and I had to help one of the guests go to where they're supposed to go, because they didn't know. They didn't speak English.
I had that problem.
They
I've had that
didn't
problem.
know where anything was,
I've had that
and
problem.
you can't just have the guests be by themselves
Yep.
with very little English. That's terrible.
We also all support women.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Support women.
Group
Support
compassion
women.
with women. Let's go.
I've had that experience at Anime Expo. I had to help Kingly Mask, and I think it was Hypercore too, carry their luggage to the theater where the after party was supposed to be because Anime Expo didn't tell them where they were supposed to go.
Oh my god.
So it was 110-degree weather, dragging luggage across to Staples Center.
I like Anime Expo.
I do too. I love Anime Expo.
We all love Anime Expo. We love women and Anime Expo.
Well, yeah.
There's 2 cons we don't like. Subscribe to Patreon, so we'll tell you which ones they are. We're not going to say that here.
But favorite. You were talking about favorite interactions.
How is the J fashion community different in Texas compared to here?
Yeah.
I only went there once, but the people that I knew, they were like very knit together, and I met such wonderful people in Texas, and it was really like the good thing of my trip in Texas was just meeting people and getting to talk to them. It wasn't the convention itself that was crap. I had a good time just being with friends, just going to talk to them, dressing up together. That was like the highlight. Like the community, I don't know it as well, but it was pretty nice. They were very nice to someone that wasn't part of their community, like from out of state. They're pretty welcoming, and I'm happy that most of the communities that I'm being in like contact with, like even in the Bay Area, everybody's just really welcoming. I'm very happy to see other people from different states or from different locations just coming in and dressing up together and just like having fun, like drinking tea and all that shit.
Oh yeah, fancy. Drink pinkies up.
I do have my pinky up all the time.
Oh, wait, my pinky's not. I don't know why I was like.
With you mentioned favorite interactions earlier, and you were there with me at the Fake Star party for for the fashion show. That was definitely, I think, one of the funnest. Why are you giggling?
The comments are really shady.
Wait! I want to see shady comments.
No.
Okay.
Whatever.
Hello, Angelica. Okay. Hello, Momo. I love you.
Whatever.
All.
Hello, everyone.
After party was great. It was so fun. Like partying with the designers themselves.
Partying with your favorite designers is like
something else. For me, not fashion related, but one of my favorite musicians that was there too. That was also something like
Chisa.
Yeah, Chisa.
Sup, bro?
Favorite boy, best boy. Do your best. We love you.
I'm learning.
She's learning.
I'm learning.
She's learning.
I'm learning names.
As well as the whole band, because the whole band's talented. But it just
cool.
happened that he was the one that was modeling for the brand at the time. But I think that whole interaction was one of like my favorite memories out of AX.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't really have a favorite memory. Everything
That's
is so good.
Yeah,
like,
everything's good.
Everything's good. Just getting to meet all my favorite designers is just it's so good. Just talking to them, interacting to them. I always have such a lovely time. It's just the best experience for me, and I just can't decide really a specific one.
Humberto wants to know what today's topic is.
It was
J fashion.
It is
J fashion
consistently.
Yeah.
But I think it should be the J fashion community
in general,
nationwide through anime conventions. Is our topic.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
We love all the fan support in the comments.
Thank you.
Is there any guests you'd want to see in the future personally that you guys haven't met yet, you haven't been able to see at a convention, or is there a different convention somewhere in the country you'd like to go?
I want to go Sakura-con.
Yeah.
Sakura-con ikimasu.
I've been wanting to go to, is it called Teco?
Oh yeah, I want to go
that
Teco
one?
too.
Yeah, okay. It's that one. And then as for guests, I'm trying to think of a designer I really like. Like a brand or like designers?
Brand or designer?
Brand.
I'm not. Don't ask. Just
Sexpot.
Oh,
Sexpot would be really good.
Sexpot.
Funny name.
Actually,
Sexpot. What is
Nikki
Sexpot?
from Himitsu
It's a
Events.
visual-
She's the one that
visual
brought
brand.
one of the people that helped with bring Sexpot to the convention that they went to. I can't remember the name, but
okay.
I wanted to go so bad because I love Sexpot.
So people like, yeah, I think more brands like that. I like Sexpot Revenge or I like, you know what? I haven't seen any like Gyaru brands.
Yeah, I think AX had Gyaru brands as guests like 2016,
Okay.
2015, and it was pretty popular. Like lots of mainstream, like Mars was there, and I can't remember.
Oh, I love
more.
Mars.
Yeah, Mars.
I
like
just realized
that was Mars back when it was like very over the top. Like
Mhm.
the thing about Gyaru is that it's not what it was
Before.
back in the day.
Mhm.
So it's more toned down, you can
Mhm.
say. So it's more toned down, less big hair and three lashes on top of each other. It's less that and more like
Soft.
casually more
soft.
softer.
It's softer. I
Yeah.
still like it. I love how
Yeah.
it looks. Yeah.
I love Gyaru, but yeah, a lot has changed, and some of the brands are like some stores closed down,
Mhm.
some like some of their styles different. So it's like
Not consistent.
not consistent anymore, and most of the following has reduced in numbers too because of that. So I don't know. I would like to see like Gyaru brands, but I don't know if
they're still
like,
around.
yeah, if they're
in the
gonna
way-
still be around
yeah.
by the time that you can get them here.
That's actually the style I've kind of been falling into, even though I still wear like my leather jackets and like my pointed shoes and stuff. Like once in a while, I like put on my Mars outfit and like curl my hair, and I feel so cute. So I've been
cute.
slowly falling into that dark circle of like Gyaru fashion.
I mean, keep it alive, please.
Keep it alive.
So it doesn't die.
I have two more transitions.
Yeah.
I can actually talk about conventions all over the country
Mhm.
because I've had a weird life and I have had to move a lot in the past like 4 years. So I do after meeting a lot of different brands that go all over the country, I was able to go to another anime convention in New Hampshire. Anime NYC in New York City, KumoriCon in Oregon, SabaCon in Vegas, Nevada, normal term, KatsuCon in Maryland, and SakuraCon I will be at in a couple weeks in the state that is called Washington. I think that each one does have a fashion. I know that I think the best part about SabaCon was its fashion show. I know that the New England conventions definitely have like a really strong and passionate J fashion community, but I know that they have a harder time bringing in like guests, if that makes sense, because New England's a harder place to kind of do that. I know that my friends from Virginia are going to Teco, so it's somewhere around there, right?
We don't know.
I
don't know where. I just know it's East
don't know
Coast.
Shout off in the comments
It's
where
East
Teco
Coast.
is.
Please educate us.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I just see East Coast as one big mush, so I can't tell when
I
things
don't
are
know
said.
It
anything.
is. That's all.
I
You
just
don't have
live.
to explain anything.
But
There's a big New York J fashion community too.
yeah, New York used to have Tokyo Rebel.
I'm not sure.
The store closed down, so it doesn't matter anymore. But they used to have like a J fashion store that had sex polish and flavor, and the part of it was also the Baby Star Sharon Bryan store. Store. So there was a community, and they kept that store alive for a while. So that means that there was people there that will buy. So there is a J fashion community there. There's a Lolita community in there, and yeah, I don't see much of their events anymore, but yeah, they are there. They exist.
One thing I want to bring up is New York City didn't have an anime convention until Anime NYC. They went without anime conventions for 10 years. I think there
I
was
didn't know
student
that.
events. I didn't believe that, and I actually called my friend from New York City. I'm like, is it true that there was no successful, like, not even like, oh, there was a flop. Like, there were a couple kind of close. There was like Comic-Cons, but there was no major anime convention in New York City until Anime NYC, and that was in 2017.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's in fall. So they've only had 2 so far, and I went to the first one, and it was really, really cool. So I'm really excited for the possibility of the whole J fashion community and everything opening up because of Anime NYC, because it's a really well-run convention, a really cool convention, everything like that. I know that KatsuCon does have really have like a fashion show and everything like that, and I know that that's where everyone from the East Coast, that's their Anime Expo.
Yeah, it's one of their biggest over there.
So everyone I know who likes J fashion on the East Coast, I would meet at KatsuCon. And same, I know that SakuraCon does have like a pretty significant J fashion community too, but I haven't gone yet.
I want to go.
Yeah, there's so many cons we still haven't discovered.
Yours is
Yeah.
SakuraCon, yours is Techo, right?
Both.
Yeah, both.
All the conventions that have a fashion show, I want to go there. Please invite me or something. I want to go so bad. But yeah, there's like lots of little there's lots of conventions nowadays that are like popping up, and it's really interesting to see like how many anime conventions are there now, and it's interesting to also see how many fashion shows they have. Like even if it's not like guests from Japan, a small
It's
convention
local
can
designers.
hold
Yeah.
local designers that do J fashion. So it's really interesting. Like even if you don't have like Japanese guests, you can see like whoever's local that does J fashion, and you get to interact with that J fashion community in some way, which is amazing, and I really like it because it makes it easier just to bring people together. And
Unless you're at the
it's
bad
fun.
convention.
Yeah,
in
unless
which
you're at a
case
bad
you tear
convention.
people apart.
Don't
then
go to the
stop.
bad convention.
Stop doing
Stop.
stuff. Stop bringing things.
Find my private Twitter to find out which ones we don't like.
Find her
Just kidding.
private.
Find my public Instagram. I don't care.
Find my story.
Find your stories. But so, it's cool that there's definitely become a boom, and there's been more opportunities for everything.
Oh, Sean says Techo's in Pittsburgh.
We're going to Pittsburgh.
We're
Alright.
going to Pittsburgh.
We're flying there now.
Yay.
Bye, we're leaving.
Let's start taking buses until we get there. I'm sure we'll get there.
No. We're
Take
not
the
gonna do
Amtrak.
that.
I'm okay with that.
I
Try to sleep.
there's so
My
much
Bible
America
disease.
to go through if you want to go to all the anime conventions.
America's big.
America's big.
Yeah, it's too big.
Geography.
Uh,
So, like, closing out, do you have any advice for people who want to get into J fashion?
oh my god, it's time already.
Oh,
This is a closing topic. We still got
Okay.
like 10 minutes left.
I was-
Okay.
Oh, so little. Okay. Okay, what?
Advice.
Advice.
You can use me as a dummy, or you can do like a generic person.
Um,
I removed the tooth. Remember?
I don't know what like your advice would be, but mine is like literally just go crazy. Like I don't
If you
know.
see my private Twitter, you can see that I've already done that.
Like there's no right or wrong way. I don't believe in just sticking to like one specific style. You can mix and match whatever the hell you want to do. You could throw a bunch of shit together and like call it your own thing. I don't know. It has to be your own thing. You can't really copy someone else's style. It definitely has to be a unique, something that's like part of you.
That's good
Yeah.
advice.
That's
Let's
how
say
new things get started.
I'm really nervous about getting started. What advice do you give me to help me find my true style?
Oh
Or
man.
whatever.
If you're really nervous, okay, I've been in this situation before where I remember the first time I tried Lolita. And this was in Japan. Like walking out of the Airbnb with Lolita on was so scary for me because I've never done that. But you have to just go for it. Like you can't really care what other people think about at this point.
Yeah.
Just put it on and make yourself walk out of the house. You can't. There's no going back.
Yeah,
Like
just pick something that you like
Yeah.
and wear it. Just do it.
just do it. You
do
just
it.
have to throw yourself in that, or
Yeah.
else you're never gonna get scared of like being judged.
Yeah, I mean, if you're scared of trying something that you like, then what's
It'll be hard.
Yeah, it will be hard. Like, don't do that. Like, just do it. Like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Your life. Enjoy what you like in life.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Very important.
Important
by that.
advice.
Is there a good place to start shopping for things?
Fickle Wish. Fickle Wish is located in Little Tokyo in the main. Isn't it like the main plaza? By where
Yeah, the
Nija,
main plaza.
Nija,
Yeah.
where Nija is.
They
in-
ship.
Yes, they do. They have an
big
online store
online
store
store.
as well, and all the brands are either like designers from Japan or they're local artists, like indie artists. So that's where I buy a lot of my stuff. But I don't know. You know what I did? It's not practical for everyone, of course, but people that do have the opportunity to go to Japan, I literally just stocked up like the rest of my life closet. Like it was a whole luggage of just fashion, and it doesn't even have to be expensive fashion too. That's another thing to keep in mind. It does not have to be $100 dresses and all this
Yeah.
stuff. Like a lot of stuff that I got was from thrift stores, and I think thrift stores are a good place to start too if you don't know where to go.
Yeah, like nowadays it's so much easier. Like there's always a secondhand community, like secondhand sales page,
Yeah.
either in Facebook, either its own website. You can buy directly from secondhand stores in Japan, and also you can buy directly from the brands. There's also a lot of options like Chinese brands from Taobao that you can buy a dress for $30. It's more accessible. You don't have to drop a lot of cash. You just have to find your style and know how to like make it affordable for you. So if you want to go for like really sweet style, like I got this dress for $30. It's angelic pretty. I got it second hand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this jacket I bought it on sale. So
Is it cheap?
Yeah, so I didn't spend much on what I'm wearing right now. My socks are from AliExpress. Okay, so I didn't spend much for what I'm wearing. Just you need to be good at finding deals. Like go thrifting, shop sales, or like go search around the interwebs and just put together what you feel you will want to wear. And
don't try to copy someone else. It's not gonna work.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't go on Google and Google Lolita and.
Yeah, don't do that. Do a Lolita fashion. Fashion is a keyword, very important. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. It's good. It's good for you. What else?
So I had it. I'm so sorry. Give me 2 seconds. Do you have what do you want? This sounds like a job application. This sounds like a job interview. I was gonna say like, where do you hope to go in 5 years with your career?
Oh my goodness! What do you see yourself in the future?
Yeah, what are your best qualities?
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, wait. I just answered this question. You can answer this.
Wait, like
one
5?
first.
No, you didn't. Like 5.
Oh, okay.
Where do you see yourself?
No.
5 years in the
Okay.
future?
No, I said the previous question, so you can go first, and then I can go.
I know what you mean. Okay, so like, where do I see myself like in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's a tough question because I have unrealistic dreams. As sad as that sounds. So like, my dream job would be working for like brands in Tokyo, but I'm still trying to see if I could somehow make that happen. Otherwise, it would definitely be working at headquarters here for conventions. I do want to work more closely with that. I want to make what I do for fun my actual career, if that makes sense. So working for cons themselves, getting like an actual job through there. And definitely fashion-wise and makeup-wise, I do want to do a lot more modeling and makeup. And I want to keep doing my fashion shows and all that fun stuff. And I hope to look more extreme because I've kind of been toning it down lately. I feel like I'm really easily influenced by other people, so when I see girls around me that are softer, I start turning softer too. So lately I've been like, no.
Don't be soft.
Don't be soft. And there's nothing wrong with being soft. I love soft girls, don't get me wrong. But I feel like I don't feel like me, if that makes sense. So I want to stick to my true self as long as I stick to my true self.
Be yourself, Cass.
Be yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Oh, shit.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Older. But
Older.
besides that, I would like to do more fashion and modeling too. Like right now, it's just like work, and not so much of that. But I would like to do more. Like I love modeling for Japanese brands.
Yeah.
Like, I had the chance to model for my favorite brands. Like I think it was last year. I modeled Angelic Pretty Couture collection, and I'm like, oh. I can never afford this, but it was such a rare opportunity for me to be able to do something like this, and just modeling for all my favorite brands, working with all my favorite people is like what I want to do, and I want to keep doing it. And I wish I could go and model for more of my Japanese brands that I love, but that will be in Japan, so I will have to get there and find a way somehow. And I will really love that. And I hope that that's in my future, just working more with fashion, Japanese fashion in general, either here, either in a different country like Japan. I would love to do that. I just want to be able to keep on loving what I love and keep on doing what I love. Keep on dressing up, keep on have color hair, keep on just having fun and doing what I like. That's the best thing that I want to do, and that's what I envision myself to be doing, hopefully, in 5 years in the future.
You guys are so
Hell
so
yeah,
inspiring.
inspiring.
Do all the things. You never know.
Doing things.
Yes.
Okay. So do you have anything planned for the future that you guys are really excited? Not the future, like we already dreams, but like do you have anything like in the next month? Like I'm gonna go to this convention and I'm gonna do this. Like why do I talk like this? Do you have any
Hell
upcoming
yeah.
plans? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
J fashion.
I'm gonna be doing
J-rock.
Garuga Man.
No.
I love Japan. Period.
Yeah. I feel bad. What's the con that's happening during Yaoi Expo?
Anime Pasadena.
Anime Pasadena. I'll be doing makeup for them. I'll be
Anime
doing makeup.
Pasadena.
Anime Pasadena. I'll be doing makeup for my friend's brand for the fashion show, so I hope you guys could all check that out. And I might drop by Yaoi Expo too. I want to check that out. Yeah.
Yaoi Expo will be at the Burbank Marriott. It'll
Yeah.
be from April 19th to the 21st. This is an 18-plus event. Bring your 18-plus friends.
Yes.
Super
18
fun.
plus.
Enjoy yaoi culture.
Hey.
Have a great time with all your friends, your yaoi loving friends, which is all
Buy
your
all
friends.
the
We're all
stuff.
trash.
We're all trash.
We're all trash.
Born to
World
make
trash
history.
here.
Burbank
Um,
Marriott, 19th to 21st. Yaoi Expo. Anime Pasadena is on the Saturday that weekend.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself on the 20th is what we're really trying to tell you.
Yep.
Ha ha ha. Mean joke.
Blaze it.
Yay.
And then we also have Fanime coming up here with
Yay.
Leslie. That one's always really, really fun. It's one of my favorites. So good job, Fanime. Keep doing good work. You guys are doing a great
Yes.
job.
So, actually, I'm going to be modeling at Anime Pasadena,
Mhm.
and I'm going to be modeling at Fanime too.
Yeah.
So, yay!
Yay.
Actually, my friend is starting up more into the fashion department for Fanime, so hopefully things like start growing and growing because there's always a fashion show, but the con itself doesn't have a fashion department, so it's mostly like the community doing these events and all this stuff that happens at Fanime. So hopefully now it's like more like official and stuff like that. And if you're going to Fanime, please check it out. My friends work hard and they do amazing work, and I will be there. And Frederick will be modeling too. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Who are you guys modeling? Or are you modeling for at Anime Pasadena?
For Anime Pasadena, it's for Beyond the Boundary.
Beyond the Boundary. Woo!
And the Boba Bunny. So yeah,
Boba Bunny.
really, really cool stuff.
And my Hamachi design will be there
And my
too.
Hamachi designs will be there too.
What's Linda's brand?
Beyond the Boundary?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing makeup for them, so I'm just finding
She's
out that I'm
doing the
working.
makeup.
I'm working with them. Yeah,
She's
apparently.
doing her
Yeah.
makeup. Woo!
Woo.
Anime.
Anime. Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna end that with like, don't forget to follow your dreams.
Follow your
Yeah.
dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Do all the things.
Love yourself.
Try all the things.
Contact your local
Do it.
convention to
Yes.
bring a CDC rag to your
Bring
home.
Rima so we
Bring
can
Rima to
go
your house.
party.
Make him come to New Hampshire.
Yes.
Don't let him
Bring
leave.
him everywhere, okay?
Do you know him? Because I feel weird saying
No,
this.
we
No,
know.
we know.
It's okay.
You know, bring him everywhere and then take me too so we can all go party.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give up hope if you live
Yeah.
in New England.
Yeah, don't give up hope. Always try your best.
Also, the Midwest. Keep going.
Keep going strong.
Keep going
Nice.
strong. There's
Yes,
also
keep
the
going.
internet. So, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Where do we follow you guys? Where can
Oh,
we follow
yes.
you guys?
Follow me.
Our Instagram is right here.
My Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're
follow
right
me
here.
there.
Follow
And-
us, please.
Yes, and you will see all the stuff that I do and all the conventions that I go and all the events that I attend and all the good stuff and all the nice J
Nice.
fashion that you should love
Yeah.
too.
I
Love
post
it.
about my weeb adventures in Japan and all my other weeb stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, I love sharing all that goody
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Follow her too.
You can follow me on Instagram.
Follow her! Follow Shelby!
Yes.
And on Twitter, I'm Shelby McWeeb everywhere because it's not taken for some reason.
You should not. You're the only one.
I'm the only
You're
one.
one and only.
It was an accident.
There
but
can
it's
only
too
be
late.
one.
There can only be one.
Yes.
One time, someone with the same name as me ordered a pizza, but used my email on accident. I called her and yelled at her because I thought she was stealing my credit card. But that's a different story for a different
my
day.
God.
That's so scary. Please follow her secret Twitter. That's where she will post a story.
My public
Yes.
Twitter is Shelby McWeeb. And you can
She's
follow
also
me.
Captain Marvel.
That's true. Wait, yeah.
Sorry.
Captain Marvel.
Sorry, I had to.
No, that's good. Thank you.
Yes.
Also follow Bombshell Media and Relentless Weaves on Facebook for more of this.
More of this fun stuff, good stuff, nice
All right.
stuff. Do the thing.
We're gone.
Follow.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.